The main sign that I'm dreaming is when I dream of being in school, because I'm not in school in waking life. So that is clearly a sign that I'm dreaming, right? And so we just need to build up more awareness around that. So now that I know that anytime that I'm dreaming of being in school, like anytime I'm in school, I know that's a dream, right? So that is my dream sign. Once you start to build up more awareness around that, you're going to start associating your dream sign with dreaming. So anytime I see a school, that's going to start reminding me of dreams because I know that's my dream sign. So the next time I dream of being in a school, I'm actually more likely to realize that I am dreaming because my brain has made the connection. School equals dreams, because we always dream about school and we're not in school in waking life, so this must mean it's a dream. All it comes down to when it comes to getting lucid is creating a critical reflective habit of mind. That means in waking life, when something weird happens, ask yourself, that was kind of odd. Could this be a dream? And it may seem silly, but the reason why we don't always get lucid is because we always assume that we're actually awake, right? So we want to flip the script and actually start to question things when something odd happens. Have you ever had something just super out of the blue happen, just something super random, and it literally stopped you in your tracks and you're like, wow, that was really weird? You want to get in the habit of doing that and just becoming aware of your environment when that happens, because I guarantee you guys are going to have really, really weird dreams where really, really weird things happen because it's the dream realm, right? And if you do this, like if you build this skill of like questioning when something weird happens, again, your habits from waking life carry into your dreams. So you're naturally going to start questioning reality when you're in the dream and be like, that is weird. Could this be a dream? And that's going to trigger lucidity. And you're going to literally be able to step into the driver's seat now of the dream and use it for incredible, incredible things that you probably wouldn't really be able to fully invest in if you weren't lucid. And all it is awareness. That's all it comes down to. Lucid literally just means aware. So in this class today, we are just building on awareness. I promise you guys, this is like the pillar of lucidity. Like dream journaling and awareness, that's literally all you need, I promise. And then everything else is just to help you fuel that even more. But those are going to be the main things that we should focus on when building a dream practice and also getting lucid. The meditative state is when I stay up too late and enter a hypnagogic state. Yeah, and what's cool is you can enter that in any state. I literally just had it was kind of like I was doing a guided meditation. And you enter kind of the hypnagogic state during meditation, you know, when it's kind of, you see those colors flashing and swirling, and you can just hover on that line, you know, being aware that you're partially aware and partially falling into sleep. Have you ever been listening to a guided meditation and you're listening to it, and then you kind of start to tune it out, and then you come back? You're riding the wave of consciousness, like between sleep and wakefulness. That's exactly what we want to do with the hypnagogic state. The longer we can stay awake as our body slips into sleep, the more chances we have of entering the hypnagogic state, having lucid dreams, having out-of-body experiences, having lucid dreams. And then is where it gets really cool. We enter this state eventually, which is where the body is fully asleep, but we are fully conscious. Now that gives us some super big opportunities, because think about how dense the physical body is. Once that is resting, our energy body, our thoughts, our consciousness is wide awake. So this makes it so much easier to separate from our physical body if we want to have an out-of-body experience. If your body's asleep and you're going into REM sleep, the dream is going to start right in front of your eyes while you're conscious. And you'll be able to see, oh yeah, I think a dream's forming. Oh, what is that? Is that a beach? Like, it will literally start to piece together in front of you. So the hypnagogic state is like something that is like going to change your entire practice when it comes to this. Meditative, or the hypnagogic state. Very, very amazing. We're going to be talking a lot about that on Saturday, actually. That's going to be where we talk about how to stay mindful within the hypnagogic state and how we can actually turn that into lucid dreaming or dreamy experiences. That can be a gateway to lucid dreams, liminal dreams. And this is where we get our best ideas. This is where our brain problem solves and comes up with solutions, is in this half awake, half asleep state. So if we can consciously access that, we're going to be able to consciously interact with these beautiful, wonderful ideas and things that are flowing into our awareness, because our mind is not completely asleep. We are aware as the body is resting. So it gives us more mental juice to pay attention to what's happening when we don't have to worry about the physical body. So this is going to be super, super fun. I have a question about the witness and prophetic dreams and lucid. I thought that the lucidity was a bit different. Yeah, what is your question? So just to clarify, a witnessing dream is where you're watching what's happening almost like a movie screen. So you're not taking a direct part in what's actually happening. You're almost watching it from a third person point of view. So if you've ever had those dreams where it doesn't feel like you're very included in it, you're kind of just watching, that is a witnessing dream. A prophetic dream is where you dream about future events. You can be lucid in this or non-lucid. So you can be aware that you're dreaming in prophetic dreams, and you can just be non-lucid as well. So that's one important part of having a dream journal as well, because if we didn't keep track of our dreams, we wouldn't be able to tell when we come in contact with a prophetic dream. So that's very important. And then the lucid dream is all it comes down to is knowing that you're dreaming as the dream is happening. And this is created with a habit of awareness. If we can create a habit of being more aware during waking life, we're going to stop dreaming on autopilot. We're going to stop going with these weird scenarios and just assuming we're awake. We're actually going to trigger, it's called the prefrontal cortex in the brain. The prefrontal cortex is associated with our sense of self and our critical thinking. That's usually turned off in the dream. So if you dream that you're the Queen of Egypt and you totally accept it, you're like, yep, this is me. I've always been the Queen of Egypt. Clearly your sense of self is turned off. But once we start using our critical mind more during the day, like when something weird happens, you actually start to question it. Be like, that's weird. Could this be a dream? Where am I? Like you just start to ask yourself these questions, right? What was I doing 10 minutes ago? All of a sudden you're training that part of your brain to be more critically aware. So that way now you've created a habit of awareness and critical thinking. So that's naturally going to carry into your dreams. That way, next time you dream of that you're the Queen of Egypt, you're going to stop and say, wait, I live in this state or this country. I'm not in the Queen of Egypt. This is a dream. My body is sleeping in bed. That prefrontal cortex turns on. Your sense of self turns on, which means you can remember everything from your waking life. You are fully aware that you are in the dream as the dream is happening, but you're fully aware of your conscious waking life. So that's kind of how lucidity is triggered, is by the prefrontal cortex turning on. If you've ever had a really weird dream where you're like, wait, I don't live here. Why am I in my childhood home? That's a pre-lucid dream, because you're starting to question now. That's the prefrontal cortex. That's the muscle that we want to activate and strengthen. And we do that by waking state practice, because anything that we do in waking state, that will carry to our dreams, right? So any habit that you want to implement in your dreams, start to do that in waking life. So if you want to be more aware in your dreams and realize when something's weird, when something weird happens, start to do that in waking life. Become more aware when something odd happens and check in with yourself and check in with your environment. And that is going to help you create a habit of lucidity.